Alright, so this is the Gibson LG-2. Different than the LG that I've had in here before. And there's something especially different about this LG-2 from other LG-2s, and some of you may spot it right away. We'll get to that a little bit later. But how do you know which LG you have when the serial numbers are often obscured, like this one, and when the stamp on the inside, it just says G? Let me give you a few things to look for, because we all know Gibson serial numbers are not fun. So there are a bunch of LGs coming out of the Gibson factory in the 60s. You've got the Gibson LG-0, 1, 2, and 3. The serial number on this one actually puts it at 1962. If your serial number here is obscured, you can look inside. There should be one on the top of the guitar. They may not read the same thing, but they should land in the same year, probably. They probably will. But in the event years don't, or they're both obscured, or they just don't exist at all, here are a couple things to look for. Now, first would be the woods. The mahogany top guitars, those are all LGOs. They were the most affordable guitar of the time, and honestly, probably my favorite sounding guitar. That's an opinion. I know not everybody agrees with that, but I love the mahogany top guitars. Actually, they're mahogany top and back and sides. The LG 1, 2, and 3 is a spruce top guitar, and so this one here, this is made out of spruce, which is just a more desirable and high-end top for a guitar. Again, this is a matter of opinion as far as how the sound goes, but they are more expensive. The next thing you need to check out is the finish of your guitar. So this one is a nitrocellulose sunburst, obviously, beautiful, and they all check over time, and that is typically desired. Some people don't like it and to get these things refinished, but I happen to find this like a beautiful character. It's almost like, you know, wrinkles and scars on a face. It's nothing to change, you know. It's something you should expect with age, and you don't need to add some Botox to your guitar, right? And so yeah, we should all be so lucky to age this gracefully. So the LG-2 would have been the sunburst offering. Now, it came in a few different options. You had cherry, which is I would call this one the cherry one, and there's also a tobacco finish. And the LG-3 was the exact same guitar with no burst. As far as burst goes, this is a beautiful one. So another thing you can check out though is the bracing. Now, you can look inside your guitar like this, and if you can see an X brace there, that is a telltale sign that you have yourself an LG-2 or 3. The LG-0 and 1 were ladder brace guitars. Now, this isn't something you can really rely on these days though, because so many people are actually converting the LG-0 and 1 to be X-brace guitars. It's not uncommon to think you might have a super rare LG-0 that's actually X-braced, when in fact it was converted at some point before you owned it, and it's not any more rare than any other LGO. It might be more valuable to some people, might be less valuable to some people. All that to say, you can't just trust bracing alone by looking in there unless you get like a mirror and check out ghosting of like an old ladder brace or something like that. So bracing alone won't get you there. Now, can't you use a bridge to date LGs too? Okay, so bridges, it's so funny. So in 1962 and 63, Gibson started putting plastic bridges on their guitars. It didn't last long for good reason. Some people love them. It actually seems like there's two kinds of people. People who do love these things because they do offer like a very unique tone to the guitar. And then people who make it their life's mission to convert every Gibson guitar to its rightful place of having a wooden bridge. I try not to have a dog in the fight, but something to know that even in the 60s, people weren't necessarily into these plastic bridge guitars, and they were taking them back to the Gibson factory to be converted to rosewood. And they also didn't necessarily love the adjustable feature either, and they had a bone saddle put on the guitar. It's hard to say if you have a rosewood bridge, is it original or not. Now, this bridge is rosewood, and it is not original. And I know it's not original because I made it. But I didn't make it to replace a plastic bridge. I actually made it to replace this really terribly done rosewood bridge. Now, at some point, it looks like somebody else might have replaced this plastic bridge, and they didn't do the best job. I'm actually not sure what happened, if they put together two pieces of rosewood or if it must have cracked at some point. You know, maybe they were adding the adjustable feature back in at some point and it cracked. But either way, they splined in this nice little race car track on this piece of rosewood, and anyway, it just didn't sound that great. And so we decided to just go ahead and try again, and that's all you can do. I'm not sure what's worse, you know, the plastic bridge or that. I think I'd take the plastic bridge, to be honest. Anyway, there's even more to the LG than I covered here, and if you want to learn more about the LGO, you can go ahead and watch this video here. Otherwise, give a listen to the LG-2 on your way out, and we will see you at the next one.